Well, coming off a big win last night, Coach Mashe had UT Tyler in here and pretty much took care of business there. The match took over, I think, a little bit less than or a little bit over an hour. You guys played really well. Just kind of comment on some things you were pleased with to see from the girls last night.
Well, I was really happy. We, we're a little bit down and out after Friday's match, and just to come in with intensity that we needed, because the game last night and the game this weekend we knew going into those games they were going to be very important for us to put ourselves in a good position. So we came in with really good intensity. We cut down our errors, which is one thing we did not take care of Friday, and so I was happy with the way we came out and were just about business last night. So.
You mentioned Friday. Of course, that was when you went to UT Dallas and went up against them. Obviously, they're a very good team.
Mm-hmm.
Ranked, I think, this week number 14.
Yes.
But you were a little disappointed in just the overall way that y'all came out and just performed.
Definitely.
Although there were some extenuating circumstances with some illnesses and stuff. Just
right.
Kind of what was it like stewing about that, having to stew about that all over weekend, getting ready to go into last night, and what do you hope to be able to change next time?
Well, we just made too many unforced errors. I think the UT Dallas write-up kind of said it good, that we never scored unless it was a UT Dallas error, really. And honestly, that's what it felt like all night long. Like, we just could not do anything right. I just don't think mentally we were ready and prepared as well as we needed to be. And so I think if we can really work to take care of business the rest of the season, and then we challenge them again in our gym, I think we'll definitely know a little bit what we need to do different. But the mistakes killed us. I mean, we just couldn't do anything right. And our serve receive, that's what killed us the most. They served us off the court, and we couldn't get a ball in front of the 10-foot line for Brittany to set. So that killed us.
Obviously, coming off the win last night, going into the back on the road this weekend, you get a game at Mississippi College, which is kind of up and coming. They're much more competitive than in the past, and a playoff contender. What are you looking for from them? In terms of maybe some things that they do, maybe some things that you want to accomplish when you go over there Saturday.
Well, Mississippi's gym is always one that's hard to play in. They bring in a pretty good crowd that's loud, and they, are up and coming, like you said, and they're wanting to get into the conference tournament. They're very aggressive, very intense group of girls, and they're going to be pushing to beat us. Especially, I think people probably are, after seeing UTD's scores and such, probably think that they have more of a chance against us. So we've really got to go in with this intensity and just be ready to go. I mean, they're definitely not going to just give us the game. The girls got to understand we got to be ready every single time we step on the court, and that's one thing we've kind of been up and down with. And so I think the girls understand how important Saturday's match is going to be for us. We need to take a win to put ourselves in the best position going into our crossovers.
Okay, you mentioned that, and we'll talk about it a little more next week, but we do host a crossover here next week.
We do.
Basically you're going to play 5 matches in 3 days,
right,
all on our court.
Right.
We'll talk about it a little more next week, but
right,
but how big of a stretch? That's going to be a big stretch. 5 conference games in 3 days, but you get them all at home. What kind of things are you hoping to accomplish with that? As far as your depth and all that going to be tested.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. We are going to have to, it's going to be tiring when we play back-to-back in our crossover, 2 games in a row. And so, we are going to need some other people that will need to step up for us and play some to relieve some of our other players for sure. And I think that as we get going and they're kind of getting some experience in games, the more comfortable they're beginning to feel, because they do have faith in the younger kids to be able to come in and help us out some when needed. So, but it's going to, our intensity when we play here in our gym with the crowd and different things that you have going is really, I've been pleased with it so far. And so if we can bring that intensity like we normally do all 5 of those games, I think it's really going to help us. So it's definitely an advantage to be playing at our gym in that crossover for sure.